David.
A new twist in Victoria's virus crisis is concerning authorities. With a worrying trend, the virus is showing a higher percentage of community transmission. Melbourne GP Dr Vyom Sharma joins us now with more. Dr Sharma, thank you so much for your time this morning. What could the reason for this be, and how concerned are you?
So what these numbers indicate is that the virus has been circulating around Victoria probably for quite some time, a number of weeks probably, but completely undetected. So community transmission is where we find someone who's infected with the virus, but we don't know how they got infected. And it suggests that the person they got the infection from is still out there. And we can't really be sure how many cases of COVID-19 there are out in Victoria. And if that's the case, the question is, are those people continuing to spread? So we've seen the numbers are now record-breaking. 20 cases of community transmission a couple of days ago, 31 yesterday. We've got to find these cases by testing hard and in the right places. Otherwise, this infection spreads everywhere. Yeah,
testing and tracing, it really is the key to this. We've seen student-to-student, also teacher-to-student transmission, even though we're told schools are safe. In your opinion, should schools in Victoria return come term 3?
Yeah, this is a huge decision now. Here we have record levels of community transmission and schools are set to open in 10 days' time. I think to answer that question, the government really, although they've been honest, they have oversold the idea of schools being safe and kids rarely transmitting to others. That might be true on an individual level and theoretically. The question is, what does that look like when simultaneously 1 million students around Victoria are starting to attend school? And the answer is that's pretty much fine if there's not much virus circulating around the state. But that's not what's happening right now with this rise in community transmission. So I think it's quite possible. I will not be surprised at all if schools remain shut down in these hotspot zones. The question isn't, are schools safe? The question is, what's safer? Kids going to school all in one place or not? That doesn't necessarily mean staying at home. They might be seen by their grandparents, babysitters, at their friends' homes. There's a lot of unnecessary contacts. So we can't be sure. But all I will say is this, that if they stay shut, I will not be surprised. And if they do stay open, I want to see a serious conversation about physical distancing within schools. That's not happened, and a conversation about masks in school as well.
Wow, masks in schools would be a real game changer. International researchers believe the virus has already mutated into a second, much stronger, far more contagious strain. That is very worrying that might develop here.
Look, I have to be honest, I don't think there's any conclusive proof that that's actually occurred. Now, what happens is that mutations are a normal part of the story of the virus, and the coronavirus is mutating at a steady pace, and a lot of these mutations are completely neutral. They have no impact on things. What you do see is that there are viruses with certain mutations of the coronavirus, or certain mutations are far more prevalent than others. But that's not necessarily proof that it's because it's more infectious biologically or more deadly. It can just be a fluke of timing, of being in the right place at the right time, and that's what causes the virus to be more prevalent. I don't think we're seeing any real life evidence that possible strengthening of the virus that we can observe maybe in a petri dish is actually translating into the community at all. So I don't think we have anything to be concerned about yet.
All right, we hope you are right. Dr Sharma, thank you for your time this morning.